I will be honest, missing Micah Hyde.
Ooh.
Missing Micah Hyde a lot. I think the secondary played well, considering the pass rush that they didn't have. You know, like
Bush wasn't hateful. I mean, that's why you got him.
Yeah.
Just in case, because you're going to play an aggressive style defense where those safeties come down in the box. You know that one or two times a game they're going to be matched up against guys that outweigh them, or they have those hits. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have a safety in there that can actually that has some experience, and they picked up Bush for that reason. But like we said on the I said on the broadcast, I mean, you telling me that Rodgers is going to turn the ball over twice with an interception and a fumble? He's
almost threw two other picks.
Two other picks. He's only going to throw one touchdown, and he's going to have 55% completion percentage. Why? I would book a close game, even as putrid as our offense is played. I would book that as a close game.
Yep.
Because anyone. Because anyone else, if you go through the archives, if you look at games where Rodgers is throwing one touchdown and one pick, under 60% completion percentage, most of the time, Packers lose. Yeah,
it's probably a loss.
So, unless your offense is completely anemic, 0 100-yard rusher for the Packers, 0 100-yard receiver.
Yep.
When does that ever happen in the Rodgers era?
I think Geronimo was the closest. I think he had 80.
Him and Devontae.
Yeah, Adams.
Yeah. I think Trey White did a heck of a job on Adams today. He got open a couple times.
Yeah, but they were all under routes. Adams
pick
really,
routes.
Yeah, exactly.
Graham picked him.
Yeah. Graham is really looking slow.
He really is.
He's looking slow.
But he gets it. You don't play with, Wilson and Breeze and not understand the game and what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So he gets it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. He's adjusting to an aging body just fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's just not the vertical threat that he used to be. That was the thing. He was just such a dynamic freak in the seam. And, that's something we're not seeing Gronk doing. Gronk's not aging well at all.
Oh, my God, no. He's just a physical beast.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, I don't know how old they are, but Graham, as far as career years, to me, the way he looks and the way he's running, he's like 4 years ahead of Gates right now.
I got to give the Bills defense a lot of credit for the way that they held up today. Because again, you tell me that the Pack are going to score under 24 points. You have to sign up for that. You have to say that's going to have to be good enough. You're
going to go into Green Bay and hold them to 2 touchdowns, and you're not going to win.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
And like I said, oh my God, it was so close. And I told you this before too. I mean, I said. I'm sitting on the couch. 13-0. You're in field goal range. Don't do anything stupid. 3rd and 5.
Throws a pick.
Allen throws a pick. And that's, like I said, it's a learning experience. The fact is, every Bills fan is ready to win now.
He's trying to be a hero.
He was. That happens. But I hate when they confuse the term rookie with, this is his first year ever playing organized football. Because that's what some of these announcers make it sound like. Oh, that's a rookie miss. No, it's not a rookie. You know not to throw across your body.
But in college, you make that throw.
No, he didn't do that. Because he was only looking right. He never threw left. That's what I talk about, being in the framework of the game. All right, I have to know as a quarterback, 5 minutes, whatever it was. I think it was like 5 minutes left. 3rd and 5. We're in field goal range. We haven't been down here all day. They get the ball at the half. All right, 3rd and 5. Let's see what will happen. All right, I'm running for my life now. I know you're just being reactionary, but throw the damn thing in the 4th row. Get 3 points. Go into. Hopefully, you go in down 10. You've surrendered 2 touchdowns. Your defense plays well in the second half.
But here's my contention to that point.
Gotcha.
He threw that ball to the end zone, and there were 2 receivers in the end zone. So the routes tell me that even though that play broke down,
he was trying to get one.
They were trying to get it.
So you think Dable was trying to say, okay,
let's go for it.
They only think we're playing for 3 here.
Yeah.
Let's play for 7.
Yeah, and he threw it to the 2 Bills receivers covered by the 5 defensive backs in the end zone. He should have just thrown it out of bounds. Just throw it.
True,
You don't need to throw it through the back of the end zone. I don't know what the hell Fouts was saying. Oh, he tried to throw it through the back of the end zone.
Oh
no,
my
he didn't.
God. Don't get me started on
All he had to do
Fouts.
was throw the ball past the line of scrimmage, out of bounds. That's all he had to do. Didn't have to do anything else. That's it.
Fouts.
Just go like this. You could have thrown it with his left hand far enough to get it past the line of scrimmage.
September 30th, 2018, Dan Fouts proclaims, when you give him time, he's able to step into throws. Really, Danny? Thanks, bud. I never knew that if you gave a quarterback
guys
time.
wide open in no coverage.
Hit who?
Wide open and hit guys. Well, he hit Zay Jones 3 times, and there wasn't a single defensive player within 4 yards of him on any of Zay Jones' 3 in a row catches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
Bills got aided by some pretty stupid penalties too.
How was he not down on that fumble?
What the hell was that?
Like,
And Gene Sorger even said, "Oh no, it's a fumble."
I don't see enough to overturn this. What, really, Gene? I saw a play. I think it was a couple weeks ago, and I could be wrong. It's happened. It's happened a lot. Where a guy was losing the ball,
right,
going down, his knee hit down, and the ball went out of.
It was the Bills game.
Was it the Bills game?
It was the Bills game.
He said,
a couple weeks ago.
Even though he's still in control, technically in control of the ball,
right?
If he's fumbling,
because it hasn't left his hand yet.
Yeah, it was. Both his knees were down, and he had it on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's moving.
Yeah, Josh Allen was praying to the turf gods. That's it. He was in a full pray position.
I really don't know if that would have mattered in the game, but I do know those 2 picks that didn't happen could have turned it around a little bit.
I mean, the Bills.
But they were never out of it.
Yeah, but the Bills weren't moving the ball at all. So even with extra possessions, I don't think it really mattered because, again, you were 3 for 16 in third down completions. 3 for 16. You only got 2 first downs by running the football.
The Bills
all day long. You had 3 by penalty. You only got 2 by running the football. That's atrocious to get 11 first downs the whole game. That's atrocious.
And the Packers were 11 and 19 on third down. So
right. Right.
And you say that, you're like, okay, that's better than 50%. So, how good did the Bills deep actually play? Well, if you look back, there were 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2. You know what I mean? They weren't getting the Packers behind schedule. And sometimes when they did get behind schedule in 3rd and long, Rodgers was able to bail them out. I mean, you were playing man behind it to try to get those guys, and then Rodgers would just sneak out because you had the loop.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute, right?
No bueno.
So we talk about passing lanes in the NFL and how important they are, right?
Yes.
So it's not just about giving the quarterback time; it's giving the quarterback time with a lane to throw the ball. And you saw Rodgers exploit Trent Murphy on his right tackle side with that 1-yard pass to Geronimo Allison that went for 19. Because he snaps the ball, and all they could talk about in the broadcast booth was, wow, look at how quick Rodgers can get rid of that ball. Yes, it's impressive, but you saw Murphy blow past the right tackle, and there's this huge throwing lane. All he had to do was snap the ball and throw it where the Bills' defensive end was, because he knew the tackle was going to let him just go right by. And he did. It was a perfect passing lane, 1-yard pass. Allison takes it for 20.
And that's on tape.
Yeah.
They see that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Rodgers.
But that's the thing. That is something that every team in the NFL knows about the Bills, is that those passing lanes within 5 yards to your outside receivers, wide open. Because the Bills are just gonna drive like a drag race right down the field.
Now, I'm not 100% in disagreement with that tactic if you have a linebacker blitzing behind him.
Yeah.
In that gap.
Right. Because you got to cover that passing lane.
Yeah. Do a twist, do a stunt, do something like that. Whatever it has to be. But don't just give him the throwing lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give 12 the throwing lane. That's a good idea. Nice job.
But that's something that, we talk about how the defense played. There's clearly schematic issues there, because you're right. You got to cover up that passing lane somehow.
Yeah.
You're not going to... Listen,
he took what was given to him.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, and that's it. You got to crumple that pocket around Rodgers. You don't have a choice. You can't just come from behind and get sacks on him. He's just going to step into the lane that you created.
Yeah.
That's it.
You got to try to get a push. I mean, as much as Phillips, Williams, and Latulippe they were trying to push the pocket up front, 2v3, especially the 3 guys that the Packers had. They were missing a starting right guard, but they had an experienced backup there. Why you didn't try to exploit that with Edmunds blitzing, I don't know. I don't know why you didn't try more stunts. But 2v3, I mean, you're not really going to win too many of those battles. They were having trouble pushing the pocket. Hughes and Murphy went way outside, so you had 2 guys wide, 3 guys bunched up in the middle, lanes both ways. So it just didn't help.
What did you think of Edmunds this game? I thought he played well.
It was hot and cold. I mean, he's still learning. He's still trying to get the scope of the NFL down. I don't think they blitzed him as much as they did against the Vikings.
No, not at all.
So they didn't give him much to do. As far as when he diagnosed, and we've talked about this before, when he diagnosed a running play, it was dead.
Yeah.
A lot of times, though, we talked about they can't run up the middle on the Bills. We felt confident about that last year, or last week. But the thing about it is they were running all off tackle today.
Yeah.
When they got their yardage, it was all off tackle because why not? The DN's coming up the field.
Yep.
He's taking himself out of the play anyway.
Aaron Jones did a really good job running the football today. Boy, he's dangerous.
He is a beast.
There was a play where Edmunds totally killed the run. It was going to the 6 hole, right? Edmunds cut it off, and Jones bounced it back up the 2 gap that was wide open at that point.
Yeah.
You know, he took it for 9 yards, but Edmunds had the play dead in the water, and Jones just stopped and cut back, and it was such a beautiful play.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. You cannot run the 1 through 4 gap on the Bills. You can't do it. That's what Starr was brought in here to do, was shut down with Kyle and Harrison Phillips.
Kyle needed somebody with him.
He needed some help. And you have Harrison Phillips, who again I'm very high on. I'm very happy with the way he's played. But 1 through 4 it's gone. Just take it off. Just take it out of the playbook. You can't run 1 through 4.
You can run off tackle
because you've got Hughes and Murphy giving the edge. They really are giving the edge, man.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't. There's some changes that have to be made. Unless, like I said, unless they bring in a blitzer inside of there, you got to try to hold your.
And that's why, the defense played great last week, but one of the reasons that a lot of fans might have missed the way that the defensive ends were attacking the quarterback was because you had linebackers that were covering those holes.
What's Charles Johnson and Mario Addison doing?
Not playing for us, unfortunately.
Do you trade Jerry Hughes? Oh no, I said it again. You said that 3 years ago.
I know, got nothing for it.
You got put up on a stake.
I did.
What if they trade Hughes? Are you out of your mind?
Yep, sure did.
So wait, you asked the question, do you give a second to the Raiders for Mark Cooper? I'm asking you, what's your price tag if you're trying to ship Jerry Hughes?
That contract.
Just spitballing here.
You're not going to get more than a 4th for him.
Would you go... What possible player you think you can get for him? You got to go through...
You're not getting position for position for him. So, unfortunately, the Bills need a DE. So trying to find a trade partner for your DE, that doesn't work.
Unless it's a trade partner that has familiarity with both Bean and McDermott and thinks they're an edge rusher away from doing something different in their defense. Eagles?
Really?
They have familiarity. Eagles, Chiefs, and Panthers are the 3 teams that come right away. Who knows? They may send him to the Giants. Who knows? We never found out. We never answered that question if Gettleman and Bean actually had a working relationship.
That's true. No, we haven't talked about that at all.
So, I don't know. They're doing... I don't know. He was willing to give up JPP. So, who knows?
I'd really trade Jerry Hughes for just about anything right now.
Yeah, their cap room is awful in the Giants. Actually.
And he's already paid, so again, you're not losing anything by doing.
I didn't pay him anything. I'm not giving him a dime.
I remember back when a defensive end's job was to run through somebody, not run around them. Right? But I guess maybe that's preference for me. I prefer 3-4 defenses. And you don't have defensive ends running around people in 3-4. So that might be a little biased on my stance.
I'd rather have the horse in my defense, the middle linebacker, instead of the nose tackle.
Yeah.
You apparently like the nose tackle to be the horse.
Yeah.
I just don't like giving guards free reign to my linebackers. Because then the front 7 becomes even more. Because you could stick a guy that's may not be as talented in a 4-3 up in between the gaps, and he'll occupy 2 bodies.
Yeah, but the point is, you're never just rushing 3 in a 3-4.
Oh yeah, I know. So you want an outside. Then you got to have more athletic outside linebackers than you do in a 4-3.
Yeah, but I think this team would transition to a 3-4. you got Edmunds who could play 3-4. You got Milano who could play 3-4. I think you're halfway there. Milano could play 3-4.
Who's going to sit next to Edmunds? Or you move him back to the outside and you have two inside linebackers.
Man, I would love Edmunds on
Imagine him on the outside.
Oh, my God. That's why I wanted him on the outside this year.
I know.
He'd just be a wrecking.
They need a horse in the middle. Frazier and them. There's the one thing that Frazier and McDermott have in common is they love that horse middle linebacker that can take everything on. And the more games he plays, the better he's going to be. You know?
He's going to be really good, man. I really do have faith that he's going to develop. I really do. Because if you look at what happened the last few games versus what happened today, Tremaine Edmunds doesn't stand out as the sore thumb in the defense. You just looked at the game like, okay, Aaron Rodgers got us. They are playing well.
I mean, 1 touchdown against the Vikings, 2 touchdowns against the Packers. I mean, since that second half thing with Hull, you gave up none to the second half. So let's say, okay, so we're going to say this. In 10 quarters, okay, my math is correct, and I think it is, you've given up 3 touchdowns. To guys the name of Rodgers, Rivers, and Cousins. How could you be hating on that at all? You can't.
You can't.